Good evening and welcome to Orca News.
The headlines. Five new COVID-19 cases have been reported.
719 individuals have been vaccinated.
Lingus to establish housing establishments.
An education department to implement a new education system nationwide. The health department has reported 5 new COVID-19 cases in Landova, making the total cases at 88. Active cases are now at 9. Recoveries are now at 73. Local government officials have imposed stricter quarantine measures. Lockdown is still imposed in Commerce Valley Terraces Village and Plainsfield Pier Hotel. Quarantine isolation level 2 is imposed in Picot City and Schottler. Quarantine isolation level 1 is imposed in Plainsfield City, Sonomo City, Whitetone Village, and Old Massa Village. Closure is still imposed in the municipality of Two-Door, Flathills Village, Frostley Village, and Lovehart Village. Moreover, President Lim Sun ordered travel restrictions in all countries traveling in or out of Landova in which unessential travels are prohibited. The restrictions are due to pending and possible spread of the contagious variants such as the Delta and Lambda variants in various countries worldwide.
The health department also reported 719 individuals have been partially vaccinated from the coronavirus. Phases 1, 2, and 3 can now be vaccinated at Lingus General Hospital for a limited number of people. Lingus General Hospital can only hold approximately 100 individuals per day. You may check out their website and may appoint your preferred date and time of vaccination. Picot City Mayor Justin Lim Sun ordered to start construction projects for Lingus District. More to report from George. George?
Yes, Madla. The district of Lingus and Picot City will be establishing residential housing areas along Jelbin Street. Picot City and Schottler Mayor Justin Lim Sun ordered to begin construction at Jelbin Street under the Infrastructure Projects Act of 2021. The Urban Planning and Development Department as well as the Architecture and Infrastructure Department explained how the housing units will be. According to the secretaries of the departments, the houses will be built as townhouses in which small-scaled rooms apartments with 2 to 4 floors are to be built. The townhouse will accompany a small front lawn along the street. Parking space is already available at the side of the road. Jelbin is a 2-way, 1-lane road street. Traffic outflow is not recommended to pass onto the area. With that, by the Lingus District project, a small commercial area will be built at the front of the Orca News main building. The department stated that the area will be full of retail, restaurants, and shops. The said projects are expected to be finished by October 2021. Back to you, Madla.
Thank you, George.
Here's our weather for tomorrow. The Education Department has issued the first education system in Landova. More to report from Amanda.
The Education Department stated that they will be implementing Landova's first education system in Landova. As per the Education Secretary, it has been worthwhile that academic education will begin for learners. The education system of Landova will be like the US's, in which compulsory education will be imposed for children starting from the age of 5 to 6 to begin kindergarten 1st grade until high school 12th grade. The education system will also be implementing higher education levels for colleges or university undergraduate schools. President Lim Sun acknowledges the benefits of education for the people. Systemically over the years, American institutions are greatly offering enthusiastic citizens of Landova to keep up studies and pursuing professions. During the American occupation in the late 20th century, basic education has been beginning to arise with the accompanying American migrant teachers and professors. The American-based education institution was established in late 2017 when citizens are beginning to be simply minded in the development of the country. During the post-independence of Landova, education was not widely spread throughout the country. By 4th of Sam Middleton establishing the Redstone Institute, beginning to found in Old Musa village as the technical school and institute for the whole country in regards to the basic education system standards established worldwide. The education system of Landova from 2016 up to now has been heavily dependent on Redstone Institutes and American basic education institutions in Landova. Redstone Institutes relies more on learning technological advancements in engineering and information technology. American-based institutions rely on basic compulsory education that has been extended throughout Landova under the authorization by the Education Department to continue education held by American teachers and professors situating in Landova. Higher education was not practiced in Landova. Students who will be pursuing or wants to pursue higher education will need to travel to the United States and be admitted to their colleges or universities in order to continue their studies that are in which optional. President Lim Sun stated that the first education system of Landova will be the new generation of the society and the country. The education secretary stated that schooling will be compulsory for the citizens. The new education system will be in effect after Congress has made agreements on the education system. When it has been agreed, basic education schools will begin by September for children ages 5 to 6 for kindergarten. For learners between ages 7 to 18 who haven't been undergone the basic education system, they will be accompanied for a special program in which they are further promoted to their grade level. For the academic year 2021 to 2022, ages 6 to 11 will be undergoing a summative basic primary education in which learners will begin studying the basics of different subject areas such as language, arithmetic, math, and more. For ages 11 to 18, they will be undergoing a summative secondary education in which learners will begin studying the basics of different subject areas in regards to adapting technical or vocational education. Students will be undergoing these summative education systems for only a year in order to summarize all core subjects that they didn't have to take in the previous grade levels that correlate to their age. After undergoing the summative education, they will be promoted to their specific grade level that correlates to their age, such as if you're between 12 to 13 years old, you will be promoted to 7th grade, and so on, continuing the basic compulsory education system. Furthermore, physical schooling will still not be happening. Instead, online homeschooling will be adapted and implemented for the academic year 2021 to 2022 due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. An academic year will last for only to about 180 instructional days from September to June. Moreover, Landovian teachers and professors who have taken certain degrees from the United States will be handling the learning education of the students nationwide. This is Amanda Moore reporting for Orca News.
And that's it for tonight's news. This is Louis Barnes.
And this is Maude Parkinson. Reporting for Orca News.
Good evening, everyone.